Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're heading deep into the past to uncover Southeast Asia's oldest known civilization. It wasn't Angkor, it wasn't Srivijaya, it was Kedah Tua, a forgotten kingdom in Malaysia that forged iron, welcomed gods, and built temples before most of the world knew we existed. Let's dive in. The Lost Beginning. Before the Khmer temples of Angkor Wat, before the Srivijayan fleets ruled the seas, there was a kingdom nestled quietly in the lush river valleys of what we now call northern Malaysia. A place of iron, gods, trade, and mystery. This was Kedah Tua. Many have never heard of it. But Kedah Tua, or Old Kedah, is arguably Southeast Asia's oldest known civilization. A powerful center of metallurgy, religion, and international trade that flourished as early as the 5th century BCE, possibly earlier. And yet, it remains missing from most history books. Today, we journey into the ruins of Lembah Bujang, the Bujang Valley, to rediscover a civilization that helped shape the roots of Asia. Land of the Ancients. Lembah Bujang lies near the foothills of Mount Jirai, where rivers flow into the Strait of Malacca. This geography wasn't accidental. It gave Kedah Tua access to the sea, fertile lands, and the heart of early trade routes. Picture it: dense jungle pierced by wooden boats along wide rivers, blacksmiths hammering iron, traders speaking Tamil, Sanskrit, and Old Malay. The air thick with incense, smoke, and the hum of an ancient market. Kids running barefoot past temples, priests blessing the waters. The pulse of a port city before ports had names. The river of iron Kedah Tua was famed for its iron smelting. Long before Europe's industrial age, these ancient Malays were extracting and refining iron ore from nearby hills. Archaeological digs have uncovered furnaces, slag, and tools that point to advanced metallurgy. This wasn't just local craftsmanship. Iron from Kedah Tua made its way to India, the Middle East, and possibly even China. Old Kedah was part of a maritime Silk Road before the world even called it that. Traders prized Kedah iron for its strength, and Kedah traders gained spices, fabrics, coins, and beliefs in return. Gods from the West. With trade came ideas, and with ideas came gods. As early as the 1st century CE, Kedah Tua became a canvas for Indian religious and cultural influence. Hinduism and later Buddhism blended with local beliefs. The result? A spiritual landscape carved into stone. More than 50 temple ruins, called Chandi, have been found in Lembah Bujang. They're among the oldest Hindu-Buddhist temples in Southeast Asia, some dating back 1,500 years. Built from laterite, granite, and brick, they were shrines to Shiva, Vishnu, and later, the Buddha. Images of Nandi bulls, lotus motifs, and lingam yoni stones have been uncovered, unmistakable symbols of a spiritual synthesis between India and Old Malay animism. The Chandi of Lembah Bujang. The most famous is Chandi Bukit Batu Pahat. It stands on a hill, modest in size but monumental in meaning. It tells us that this was not a backwater. It was a place of organized worship, engineering, and philosophy. Some structures even show evidence of Dravidian architectural influence, linking Kedah Tua to southern India, particularly Tamilakam. Excavations suggest these sites were not isolated shrines, but part of a larger temple complex, a sacred landscape that once thrived with rituals, festivals, and pilgrims. A maritime civilization, Kedah Tua was not just a river settlement, it was a maritime power. Ancient mariners from Arabia, India, and even China stopped here to trade and resupply. Chinese historical texts refer to a place called Chie Cha, believed to be Kedah, as early as the 2nd century. Arab merchants noted its iron and camphor. Tamil poems mentioned golden coasts to the east. Kedah's ships, built from rainforest timber and lashed with coconut rope, sailed east and west, forming part of the first wave of globalization in human history. India, Chola, and the changing tide. By the 11th century CE, the Chola Empire of South India launched naval raids into Southeast Asia, including Kedah. It wasn't just conquest, it was also economic assertion. The Cholas wanted control of the spice routes, and yet these invasions also brought deeper integration. Chola records mention Kedah. Coins, inscriptions, and trade goods show a relationship of conflict, but also cultural exchange. The Dravidian presence left a lasting legacy in language, ritual, and trade networks. Daily life in Old Kedah. So what was life like for an ordinary person in Kedah Tua? Imagine a market street, women selling spices and woven mats, men smelting iron or sailing upriver, children learning mantras from traveling priests, local chiefs balancing tribal customs with foreign rituals. The society wasn't homogeneous, it was dynamic. Austroasiatic peoples, Indian migrants, and Malay-speaking traders all left their mark. This was a cosmopolitan port culture, not a remote village. Decline and dust. Like all great civilizations, Kedah Tua faded. Some say it was due to the rise of Srivijaya, or the shifting trade winds that favored ports further south. Others blame invasion, disease, or natural disasters. Whatever the cause, by the 14th century, the temples fell silent. The jungle reclaimed its monuments, and history forgot. The erased heritage. For centuries, the story of Kedah Tua lay buried. Even in modern Malaysia, its significance was sidelined. In 2010, controversy erupted when parts of Candi 11 were destroyed to make way for a highway project. Historians, activists, and citizens cried out, "Why erase our oldest history?" It was a wake-up call. Since then, efforts have been made to protect what remains of Lembah Bujang. But challenges remain: overgrowth, funding, and a lack of mainstream awareness. Why Kedah Tua matters. Why does this forgotten kingdom matter? Because it changes the narrative. It tells us that before colonialism, before the sultanates, Malaysia was already a center of innovation and civilization. It tells us that Southeast Asia was not a passive recipient of outside influence, but an active participant in global history. Kedah Tua is proof that greatness doesn't always wear gold crowns or build giant pyramids. Sometimes it lies quietly beneath the trees, waiting to be remembered. It belongs not just to Malaysia, but to world heritage. The ghosts of Bujang Valley. Today, if you walk through the Bujang Valley, you'll hear birds, wind, maybe the distant echo of river traders long gone. The temples may be ruins, but their presence is a reminder. Malaysia's story didn't begin in 1957, or with Malacca, or with the British. It began here, in the Valley of the Ancients, in the fire of iron, in the prayers of forgotten stone. This was Kedah Tua, the kingdom beneath our feet, the root of it all. History isn't just about what we remember, it's also about what we choose to forget. Kedah Tua deserves more than a footnote. It deserves to be taught, preserved, and celebrated. Because if we don't honor our roots, we risk losing the foundation beneath our future. So the next time someone tells you, Southeast Asia's story began with colonizers or conquest, tell them it started here, in the Bujang Valley, where rivers carried more than trade. They carried the memory of a forgotten kingdom. Thanks for watching.